Lifechanyuan is not an organization. Xiefeng. August 23, 2005. Upon joining an organization, whether a religious, political, or even a criminal one, you lose not only your freedom of life but also the freedom of your soul. When one is in an organization, they cannot speak or act freely, and a person without freedom is much the same as a sheep in the fold. All those who become involved in organizations have distorted minds and imperfect personalities, and the longer they remain in them, the more likely they are to become paranoid. Because of the long-term influence of organizational thinking and behavior, they become tight screws in those organizations and unable to identify themselves. The situation is the same as with tigers being trapped in zoos. As mountains become less familiar, tigers lose their courage to roar atop them and learn to regard the world outside the cage as a prison while the prison is actually within the cage. Actually, joining an organization is gambling with an uncertain future, joining a political party is gambling with one's destiny, and joining a religious organization is gambling with one's soul. Therefore, all members of political parties and religions are gamblers. They are clever in trifles but irrational and stupid in important things, except for those leaders who climb to the throne after fighting and killing each other off. Lifechanyuan is totally different from the above organizations because they are only tied by the relationships of being within the same organizations, and the friendships between them are only of the party spirit, while those in Lifechanyuan are tied by the friendships of wanting to improve themselves and of being good examples for other community members to improve themselves. What brings us together is that we are in resonance with each other, love each other, and share the same ideal and goal. Thus, the relationships among us are those of friends, brothers, sisters, and lovers, and what links us together is not the collective will, but friendships and our worship for the greatest Creator. Therefore, Lifechanyuan focuses on human nature, friendship, giving full play to strength of character, intelligence, truth, kindness, and beauty inside each Chanyuan celestial, with emphasis on the full experience of joy, happiness, and friendship. Religious organizations have rituals and regular gatherings, while Lifechanyuan has none. Political parties have constitutions and organizational disciplines, while Lifechanyuan has none. The members of religions and political parties must pay certain fees, while Lifechanyuan members pay none. Religions and political parties have strict organizational forms and there are disputes for status and power within them, while there are none in Lifechanyuan. The positions of all Chanyuan celestials are predestined, lifelong, and cannot be replaced by others. For example, Crane Celestial is the general director of Lifechanyuan and he will remain so forever, even if he resigns and ends his participation in the construction of Lifechanyuan, and even after he leaves this mortal world for the 1,000-year world. Another example is for the 8 positions of sages of Lifechanyuan. Once anyone becomes one, they will always remain one. Other positions such as the saints of Yin and Yang, the 4 heavenly kings, the 8 masters, the 16 zens, and several others, all these positions enjoy either lifelong or eternal tenure. They are as stars in the sky, each has their own unique function and position, and none can be replaced. Religions and political parties protect their own interests, only granting leftovers to outsiders, while Lifechanyuan maintains the overall interests of everyone. Religions and political parties only recruit devotees and their doors are only open to those who support them exclusively, while the doors of Lifechanyuan are open to everyone, religious followers, partisans, leaders, Democrats with neither party nor religion, and even unemployed vagrants. As long as you are a sage, you are welcome to become a celestial. There are no rules or regulations and no rights or obligations in Lifechanyuan. People are independent of each other and follow their own inclinations. We celebrate our happiness every day by singing and dancing, but we might not do it for several years when we are under dark clouds. Our causes depend on the driving forces in every celestial's mind and we are free from any compulsion. Moral courts reside deep within our hearts which enable us to make self-confessions, self-litigations, and self-judgments without any involvement from others. Xiefeng is only the guide of Lifechanyuan, but he is not qualified to command anyone. Chanyuan celestials respect him because of his wisdom and friendship as well as his sincere respect for them and because of the resonance that we all share deep inside. Xiefeng never imposes his will on any Chanyuan celestial who does not accept it. In short, Lifechanyuan is not an organization.